Hey YouTube, I wanted to do another CD I got on Monday, a new album by Sunn, Monoliths and Dimensions. It's probably the most epic album name ever, Sunn or Sunn0. I heard that you don't pronounce the O, so I guess I've been calling it wrong all these years. For centuries I've been calling them Sunn0. It's not an O. Yeah, 7th studio album, but if you count all the the vinyl releases and little mini albums, it's more like the 13th release, but blah blah blah, who cares. Released on Southern Lord Records because one of the main guys in the band, Stephen O'Malley, owns it, so of course he's going to put out his own records on it, and his friend Greg Anderson. Where's that picture of the boys? Here they are. Check that out. Temple shots, all 4 boys standing on the temple. Greg Anderson's one of these, he's the other mainstay in Sunn, and then Stephen O'Malley. I'm not actually pointing at them, I'm just guessing that they'd be in the middle. Then Oren from, Oren Abarchi, he's an Australian guitar player, multi-instrumentalist, collabs all the times with these dudes. And then Attila Sishar, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, Sishar. Just a big vocalist, sings in a ton of black metal bands, death metal bands, whatever bands. Sings in a lot of Sunn albums. And I read on their website, the band, Steve and Greg are pretty adamant that this isn't about Sunn meets orchestra and stuff like it's being pronounced or described a lot. It's more like they had access to all these instruments, and it says they're experimenting with timbre and stuff like that and sounds. It still has the typical drony, sustained notes, the restrained guitar, and just the epic loudness. It's the one. Song 2 is probably my favorite one because it's got these weird horns that come in around, I don't know, 17-minute mark or something like that. It's just over this, and it's just mind-blowing. Very, very the sound of the apocalypse on here. Very dark, but very cool. I don't want to say it's Sunn's best album, but it's probably one of the most enjoyable to listen to. It's got tons of variety. Very, very cool album. They really, I don't know, I read it took 2 years to make this, or it took 2 years to record, but it's really, they really expanded on the typical Sunn0 drone metal, blah. They even got the sounds of I don't know if it's a big ship creaking or floorboards creaking. They got all kinds of weird atmosphere on here. Everything fits right into place. Nothing sounds superfluous or anything. It's very, very cool. Very dark album. If you're a fan of Sunn, you're gonna like this. If you're not a fan of Sunn, you're still gonna be I don't know, this is just weird noise. How is this accessible to anyone? And it's not really. It's not really music you have to listen to, I feel. I've heard a lot of people say this, and it's more of a music you have to experience and just kind of just turn it up and just get lost in it or something. It sounds kind of nerdy, pretentious, but you gotta do what works, right? It's just big drones from big speakers, lots of dark symbolism and stuff like that, very evil, dark, cavernous sounds and stuff, but it's got all kinds of weird, they got chanteurs from Vienna, I guess, Viennese, Italian singers, chanteurs and stuff. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy, crazy album. Very, very good. I give it very high marks. Cool little Sunn album. They did a very good job expanding on their typical drone metal sound on this album. 2009, Southern Lord Records.